What's up, YouTube? Yoda here, bringing you my Arcane 2.0 build that got me through all of New Game Plus. At the end of this video, I will be showing you my fights against Melania, Godric, and the Elden Beast. The Elden Beast in particular, because this build itself does utilize bleed damage, but it doesn't crunch on it. That is very, very important, and that's why I want to showcase the Elden Beast fight to show that this build just straight up does raw damage. If you're coming from my last video, first of all, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the changes that I made to this build to make it more effective in New Game Plus. So let's jump into our stats. As you can see, we're level 150. We went through all of New Game Plus at level 150. It wasn't until late game that we actually felt like it started getting challenging, especially once we hit Melania, for sure. Everything else was pretty relatively easy, but 150 I feels like a good spot for New Game Plus, at least for me. So yes, but you know, take what you will. As for the rest of our stats, with Vigor, we have 40, Mind, we have 30, Endurance, we have 25. This is important for our equip load. We have 17 Strength and 22 Dex. This is for one-handing our Godskin Peelers. We have no points in Intelligence, and we have 38 Faith, so that way we can cast our highest Faith incantation that we use, and then the rest of the points we put into Arcane. Arcane obviously being our main damage stat. Going over here to our weapons, we have dual occult Godskin Peelers. We are dual-wielding these bad boys. They are both occult, like I said, so that way they get arcane scaling, and they go up to B for that scaling as well. Coming over here to our seal, we have the Dragon Communion seal. Not only does this boost our Dragon Communion incantations, this also has S in arcane scaling. This is essential. This is the best seal for if you're doing an arcane build and you're utilizing incantations. This is your go-to right here. You gotta use this seal. Going down to our equipment, we have the white mask. We'll come back to this real quick. For the Malekith armor, this is pretty much just my Fashion Souls. This is my favorite set in the game. It's purely cosmetic for me. If there was something in the game that I liked better, I would probably be rocking that or figuring out a way to move my stats around in order to utilize it. But for now, this is what I like wearing. All right, now going back to the helm. Let's inspect this bad boy real quick. Now, right at the bottom there, the description, it says, slightly raises attack power when there's blood loss nearby. When you proc Seppuku on yourself, this is actually going to proc the white mask as well. This is a 10% AP buff for 20 seconds. So very strong with bleed builds. I would say this is necessary, you know, unless you like purely care about fashion. In terms of min-max, this is the helmet you want to be rocking. Now coming down to our talismans, right off the rip, Lord of Blood's Exaltation. Blood loss and vicinity increases attack power. This stacks with our white mask. And the buff, I believe, lasts the exact same amount of time, so really good synergy. These are always going to be stacked up with each other whenever there's blood loss. Moving on to our next one is Rotten Winged Sword Insignia. Greatly raises attack power with successive attacks. This is very important, and this works extremely well with dual-wielding Twin Blades. Just the move set from Twin Blades themselves. Very, very fast hits. I'll come back to this real quick because the Claw Talisman enhanced our jump attacks. Now to showcase this real quick, look when we jump. Look how we're just a blender of death. We do rotating slashes followed up with a downward slash. This is going to pretty much instantly proc our Rotten Winged Sword Insignia, and we're going to get the raw enhanced damage from our Claw Talisman. The synergy is amazing right here. This is going to make our AP shoot through the roof. Now moving on to our last talisman slot, we have the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, enormously boost physical damage negation. This is our flex slot. Feel free to put whatever you want in here. For me, you know, I'm not a God Souls player. I get hit all the time, and this is essential for me. This is pretty much like my bread and butter. This almost isn't even a flex slot for me. But yeah, I mean, you know, in some cases, you know, if I'm just running through the game, just having fun, you know, and I'm like, whatever, you know, I'm just, you know, absolutely shitting on everything. You know, I can throw on a Green Turtle Talisman. You can even throw on a Sword Seal if you just want to get, you know, the 5 extra points in Vigor, Endurance, Strength, and Dexterity. Earth Trees if you want that for some reason. If you know, let's say you just hate magic damage or non-physical damage, you could throw on one of the Drake talismans for whatever affinity that you want. If you want to utilize more incantations, Flasks Canvas Talisman greatly raises potency of incantations. This is amazing. If you want your self buffs to last longer, Old Lord's Talisman. This is amazing as well. What else? That's about it. So yeah, I mean, like I said, here's your flex slot. Feel free to be more Arcane if you want. If you have good mechanics, this will probably, you'll probably be able to easily replace this, especially, if you just want to do just straight up more damage. All right, so going down, we have the Black Knife Tiche. Now, I've been using this for quite a while now. I've been using this even before Mimic Tier got nerfed. I just love because before what I was doing is I was summoning my Mimic Tier with the Black Knife in my hand and my Seal in the other, so that way he could still use incantations and then use the weapon art. But I didn't feel like it was very consistent, and I just thought, you know what? Let me just put on Black Knife Tiche. He always casts his weapon art. The buff, I feel like it's up at least 50% of the time on the boss. It's very nice, lowering the, and if you guys don't know, so this is the same weapon that Black Knife Tiche rocks. So the unique skill is Blade of Death. Unleash the power of Rune of Death to fire off a blade-like projectile. In addition to dealing immediate damage, the blade reduces enemies' maximum HP and continues to wear down HP for a while. So this puts a dot on the target, a damage over time effect on the target, and also it just decreases its HP bar straight up. Now, one thing to note is that this debuff will fall off, and when that debuff does fall off, the target gets its health back. Now, if you want a good example of this, when you watch my In Melania clip, she actually gets health back right before she dies, right before I'm about to get my last hit on her. And actually, I almost griefed my kill because I thought, I was just like, oh, cool, I'm just gonna, swing real quick with my, my one twin blade in hand. Nope. She got a bump of health. She didn't hit anything. I know she has life still. She didn't hit anything. And it was horrible. So look, if you want a good laugh, pay close attention to the end of that Melania kill. That's about to come up. So yeah, that's just your warning right there. But I mean, he's fun, very evasive. But if he does get hit, I mean, he gets hit hard. So yeah, so that is that for our flask. We have 8.5, 8 in HP, 5 in FP. This is just, you can do whatever you want. This is what I feel. This is just what works for me. For our Wondrous Visik, we have Green Burst Crystal Tier, which temporarily boosts stamina recovery speed. Our stamina bar is just going to go up a hell of a lot faster, and this buff it feels like it lasts over 2 minutes. I popped it at the beginning of Melania fight, and the Melania fight lasts, I think, roughly a little over 2 minutes, and it was up when I killed her. So very, very useful. Just great, getting your stamina back faster. It can literally save your life. We also are pairing this with the Opaline Heart Tier, which temporarily boosts all damage negation. You can also do the one that gives you the one swing, you take massively less damage for one swing. I don't really like that one that much. It's kind of useful. It's kind of like a mulligan, like if you mess up. But I'd rather just have the blanket coverage. And yeah, so feel free to kind of mess around with that and do whatever you want. Going into our incantations, we have Blessing of the Erd Tree. This is going to give us a heal over time on us. I'm going to hurt myself with Seppuku real quick so that we can see my health bar go up. And that is the Blessing of the Erd Tree right there in effect. Us dual-wielding twin blades that both have Seppuku on us, we're going to take, we're going to be hurting ourselves. Having this hot on and it lasts roughly 2 minutes, is very, very nice. This way you don't have to waste Flask. Going on to Protection of the Erd Tree, this is going to give us non-physical damage negation. It's pretty much like having a Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman on, but for non-physical damage. Very, very good. Definitely situational. I don't cast it all the time, especially not in general gameplay, but, you know, somebody's casting spells, and I'm like, you know what? You know, screw this. We throw this bad boy on right before the fight. We have Golden Vow, which is going to increase our AP and all of our damage mitigation. With increasing our AP, this also stacks with Flame Grant Me Strength. So Golden Vows has AP increase, and Flame Grant Me Strength has AP increase. Those both stack. It's awesome. Unfortunately, Flame Grant Me Strength only lasts 30 seconds. And at the start of the fight, when you Flame Grant Me Strength yourself, and then you're double seppukuing, you pretty much only have 20 seconds. You have about a 20-second window to do that burst damage that you get from that incantation buff. But still very useful, and I still utilize it all the time. Moving on to our offensive incantations, we have Swarm of Flies. This is going to cause stagger on targets. This is going to cause bleed procs on targets. As you can see, it goes very far. It also tracks very, very aggressively. Amazing to use. We have Lightning Spear. I pretty much only have this when I want to attack a specific thing. If I can just lock on to it and just be like, oh, instantly just die. You know, just kill something or finish it off real quick. You know, get space, especially if you accidentally pull multiple ads. Very nice for that. We have... Pick one of these bad boys real quick. Grail's Roar. This is a Dragon Communion spell. Now, not only is this going to do a ton of stagger, potentially knocking down enemies, it's going to put a debuff on them as well. That's going to decrease their attack power and their defense. So they're going to be doing less damage output, and they're going to take more damage. Very fun, very good utility. Exike's Decay, so if we want to put Rot on something. And then we have Aghil's Flame. Just for some coverage. You can use your Aghil's Flame spot for anything, really. If you want to do another Affinity of Magic, to put it there if something's particularly weak to it and it's giving you trouble, you know, feel free to swap that out for whatever you want. And yeah, so what else before we get into the gameplay? Oh, you'll see in the gameplay, I'm not utilizing any of my Great Runes. I have Godric's on right now. I'm not utilizing that at all. Just to show you guys exactly like what the bare bones raw build can do. Just know that if you do use a Great Rune, it's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna be that much more effective. And yeah. So, well, thanks for sticking with me through this, what feels like a very lengthy explanation of the build. I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, enjoy the gameplay.
mark of a true lord.
Thy strength befits a crown.
Alright guys, that is the end of the video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Briefly, real quick, for making it to the end of the video, just give you guys a little bit of a bonus. I don't really showcase my starter. But just to show you guys real quick, for those that are still here, whenever I'm about to go into a boss room, put on Blessing of the Erg Tree, and I do Golden Vow, and I'll do Flame Grant Me Strength, bring out my offhand, double hand my offhand, seppuku myself, go back to my main hand, seppuku myself, so that way we have double seppuku. There we go, we have all the buffs rolling. Go to our stats real quick. You see we have 984 AP over here on the right side. And this will last for about 20 seconds whenever we start the boss fight. So you are doing a ton of damage right off the rip. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I didn't expect this video to be almost 20 minutes, but hey, it is what it is. If you did enjoy, or you did learn anything, or you just think this build's badass, or you just look badass, or you just, you know, whatever, please leave a thumbs up. Comment down below if you want to. You know, maybe tell me what you're rocking. You know, give me a little bit of inspiration. So maybe I can make some more build videos in the future. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Please subscribe if you're not, so that way, you know, I keep getting motivated to make these bad boys. But yeah, appreciate it. You guys have a good one. Take care.
Frank.